Hello, listeners. Welcome back to the pod. Nice to have you back here. I remain your host, Tunji. And on this episode, I am with my co-host, Mekus. Mekus,
Hello,
welcome back.
hello guys, welcome. Welcome back to the pod.
Yeah, welcome back. So, for like the past 2 weeks, we haven't recorded, and I'm going to push the blame to Mekus because Mekus was out of the country for a quick in and out. All right, Mekus, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah,
Although uh, you happen to be in the UK off season. If not, you would have gone to watch some matches there and giving us real time feedback. But were you able to watch any England game while you were there, like during the World Cup, just to know
ah,
how the atmosphere was?
I I don't think so. I think the only game I watched out was the France Senegal game, which was actually wild. That was in
Yeah.
the group stages, but England, I would have loved to experience it because we're in. I mean, I don't know if you guys are on Twitter, but I think after the game in the Azteca, I
Mhm.
think pubs did not close till like one. I think even the government had to step in to say pubs should not close early. It was mayhem everywhere. I mean, it's a big footballing nation, so
Oh,
everyone was all happy and everything. So I would have loved to experience that as
yeah,
an
yeah,
outsider
yeah,
just to
yeah.
see how it is. But yeah,
Okay, that's nice. Welcome back to Nigeria. I'm sure you landing back in Nigeria was a huge, surreal awakening. I see a huge awakening for you coming back.
yeah,
All right. Um, Back to the World Cup. Today's episode, we'll be reviewing the quarterfinals fixtures for the World Cup and giving our analysis and our predictions. So just stay there tight and listening till the end because it's going to be an interesting one for today's episode. So because we are down to the final eight of the FIFA World Cup 2026, and the final eight teams we have France, Morocco, Spain, Belgium, Norway, England, and Argentina, Switzerland. Right, and I would love us to start from Spain, Belgium because,
Hmm.
or before we even start from Spain, Belgium, on a very high level, is there any team currently in the final eight that you are surprised to see here? Is there any country you're surprised to see here in the final eight? Let's start here. Let's start from there.
yeah. I mean, I'm surprised to see Belgium in this final eight, to be honest, because um Belgium, I had zero hopes for them in this World Cup. Just because a lot of their key players are older. You have Thibaut Courtois. Of course, Courtois is still a beast. Age is not a hindrance to him. But you have Lukaku, you have KDB. KDB endured a lot of injuries. You have Doku, he's quite inconsistent. And the whole Belgium Milk Cup, I mean, their whole golden generation, now bronze generation, has really underperformed thanks to, for me, Roberto Martinez. And so I just feel like they were just going to be another of those countries there. I genuinely thought that the USA would beat them. I was not on the bandwagon of the whole USA winning the World Cup, but I felt like USA were a better team than Belgium. But we saw how that happened. So I think I'm surprised Belgium is there. For Norway, I don't think I'm surprised. I've been a big supporter of what is going on in the Norwegian squad with Haaland. I mean, the whole thing, feel like a proper team that thought everything through. Then the last one is Switzerland, but of course, I'm not surprised per se, because their route was a different route. All these teams had a different route coming here. But I'm a bit surprised that they won Colombia, albeit on penalties. So I think I'll just mention, I think Belgium and Switzerland. I expected Colombia to win, but Belgium and Switzerland are the two surprise.
Okay, so for me, I would also say Belgium, Switzerland, and I would add Norway.
Wow.
Belgium, first things first, yes. Belgium, first things first, they, they were not favorites going into the game against United States. Also, given that States had the home advantage. But that's just the beautiful thing about football. The whole following Balogun, red card being overturned, all of
Yeah.
a sudden they became the inferiors. Like they were not going into the game as favorites, but they just became like like what's the word now? They became like as if they were being attacked by the
Yeah, is
US.
there like an
And
agenda against
exactly, so
them?
they just felt like they needed to make a statement. And sometimes when you just put people in very, very tough situations, you get to see the best out of them. And that's what happened to Belgium. And really, 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 the Belgium side has it in them to pull off such performance, but they just needed that inspiration. And also the Belgium manager made some tweaks, made some very big calls like benching KDB and also Doku for that match, which really paid off for them. And for me, the reason why I said Norway is a surprise to see them here is just because of who they faced in the round of 16, which is Brazil. And even if I had bantered Brazil a lot here on this pod after their first match against Morocco, and I really saw no future with the Brazilian team, and I think that team needs to be overhauled. The only person that deserves to start that team is Vinicius Junior.
Facts.
I thought they would give Norway a run for their money, and probably when they face England in the quarterfinals, they'll get knocked out. Just only to see them, lose in such fashion against Norway. It was appalling. It was really appalling. Although I enjoyed seeing Norway win, I'm rooting for Norway to go all the way. But starting the competition, I never saw Norway here. Switzerland once again, huge surprise, really huge surprise because uh, they were not favorites. But you just have to check Switzerland's track record. But, some way or some sort, they always find their way to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. I think the last four World Cups they've been in the quarterfinals. So seeing them here once
That's
again is
wild, yeah.
yeah, seeing them here once again is no surprise. But yeah, in the fashion in which Colombia went out as well, I thought Colombia would be here. So yeah, it's an interesting one to see them here as well. But let's go right into it. Spain, Belgium. First, the second match actually, but I wanted that to be our first analysis today. Spain, Belgium. Who do you see winning this match and why?
Mm. That's interesting. Spain, Belgium, of course, I had Spain going all the way. I still do.
Hmm.
But I mean, when I made that prediction, I was a lot more confident. I would say that Spain, in my opinion, have not hit their top form. And I mean, I'm basing that on what we saw in the Euros. But I'm a bit happy with what I'm seeing with them, in as much that they are showing a different side to them. Um, this is Spanish side that has not conceded a single goal in the World
Okay.
Cup, which is wild. And it's not just that I've not considered a single goal. I think there's a start on. I think they have considered the least amount of shots. So it's not like they have Unai Simon pulling off amazing saves after amazing saves. It's just that people are not even like they're not having anybody making attempts there. And so it begs the question, why is that so? You have had these people played against Portugal. So you can see that there's something inherent with the team. There's a way we know Spain is a possession based side, but it seems that they have
Hmm.
made that a defensive weapon. And so I see
Eh,
Spain beating
but
Belgium.
is that not a risk as well? That is
Now,
an
so
underlying risk because
exactly.
when you face a team like Belgium, right? Let's not even look further ahead. When you face a team like Belgium that can also, they have explosive players like Doku who can, subdue you with an amount of force that you might not be able to contain, and you get, your keeper tested multiple times, and you have, top strikers like Lukaku, really. I'm not trying to, make him something that is not right now, but we know what he's capable of doing when he's in front of goal, as opposed to what we had
Yeah.
against Portugal. But can they really can they really pull off that result? I'm not really comfortable when you say they considered the least amount of shots, they've not considered a goal. I feel all those things are just it's all
Circumstantial.
circumstantial. Yes, when you meet a team that gives you 5 good shots on target, how many are you going to concede? And how
Yeah.
many are you going to score?
I mean, you can call it circumstantial, which I feel it's not, because 5 games in a row, at some point the statistics begin to tell a story. But I do agree that someone like Lukaku is going to cause problems for their defense, because he's an explosive player. He's very physical. The Spanish centre backs are not as physical. In fact, no one is really as physical as Lukaku, but they are not the physical type of defenders. They're very smart on the ball and all that. I do feel like they will concede in this game. That's one thing I'm very sure of. But I think that we may see another side to this Spain. We might see them enter a full flow, because let's not forget, they have one of their key men in Nico Williams who has really struggled with injury. And I think you had Yamal that I just think maybe this last game was probably one of his better games, because him too came to this tournament with a injury.
Yeah.
So the fact that they have been able to maneuver that way, they have a lovely squad. Imagine you have Moreno coming on and scoring. You have the likes of, they have a lot of good players. And I think that at the end of the day, that quality will show forth. Again, big ups to Belgium and what they did against US, but I think Spain is a different animal. Do you understand? Yes, it might be like a close scoreline, but I see Spain winning at the end of the day. And I'll go ahead and say maybe the score might be like 3-1. I feel 3-1 will be the score. But yeah, Spain definitely is winning Belgium for me.
Okay. All right. Spain winning with Belgium. If I was a betting man, I would go for that as well. But this game is one to watch out for very closely, because it can come up with a lot of surprises. All right, let's go to the next game, which is Norway, England. We're not analyzing this game according to the particular order. Norway, England. Mekus, this game is what, like I said on Monday, or was it Sunday, when I watched Haaland play. Haaland has earned my respect a long time ago, but watching him play against Brazil, he earned my respect one more time. And when the beauty with having Haaland as your striker is that you don't need 2 good chances to score a goal. You just need half a chance. Half. And the problem now is that they also Norway has like a compact midfield as well. Their defense is not so strong, but a compact midfield. Now, against England's defense is bad. It's horrible. It's horrible. Yes, I don't see anybody there. I don't see anything there.
McGahey?
McGahey and who?
Konsa?
Nah. My friend, this guy plays with McGahey every day in training. He definitely knows 1 or 2 things to pull up some tricks on his sleeve against McGahey. And Konsa, I don't know. I don't think Konsa can subdue the force of Haaland. My point being that in this game, if Haaland is not properly treated, he can score 2 goals. Right? He can score 2 goals, and we really don't know what is going to happen after those 2 goals, because England can also be a bit messy. But really, all I'm trying to say in summary is that this is an open game.
Yeah, it is definitely.
This is an open game. This is a game that can go into penalties. This is a game that can go into extra time. But if I was a betting man, I would give it to England, just because of the quality of players and the quality of players on the bench, really. Because when you're going into the later part of the game, like 80th minute, towards the later end of the 90 minutes, when the match eventually goes into extra time, the quality on the bench
Yeah.
is going to just make England edge past Norway in this game. But what are your thoughts?
I mean, I do agree with you that in terms of quality, there's no looking past England. I mean, you look at the attacking quality, look at the midfield. I mean, you're having Morgan Rogers to replace Bellingham. You have Rashford, you have Madueke. Yeah, these names might not be big per se, but in the past year, they have really been.
Sorry, do you think Madueke is starting against Norway?
Okay, that's interesting. I think that personally, I prefer Madueke because he's explosive. Saka is a bit more controlled, and
Well,
Saks.
it's explosive as in how are we coming to the pitch to explode or to? I don't understand.
But that's the thing, eh? When I watch Saka play, and it's almost been like I've tried, but it's one thing I really don't like about Saka is that he's a bit too cautious with his game as a winger, and
Yeah.
and that helps because that helps coming off the bench because when you need someone to change the game, he's the man because he's coming with a calm presence. He has the ability to find the final ball. He has 3 assists already, so his quality is undeniable. But the problem is, as a winger, the best effective way you can influence the attack at times is just go out, just be unpredictable. We have seen it with Vinicius, we've seen it with Bakola, we see with Due, we see with Yama. Like just go after them. You might not get the dribbles, you might not get
But you
the
might get a
successful.
foul.
You might get a foul, do you understand? And you can affect the game like that. And I think that's one thing that Tuchel probably looked at Maduke and started him initially. But any of the two, I don't think they will be the deciding factor. For me, I think the game will be won and lost in England's defense. And I do agree with you that Haaland for me is the X factor. Is the X factor. I think that one thing that will help Norway in this game is if they do not start Soloth in as a right winger. Yes, it has worked up until now, but honestly speaking, please bring me Bob. Start Oscar Bob. We saw what he did when he came on. He was absolutely electric. No need to talk about Nusa. Nusa was looking like the only Brazilian on the pitch against Brazil. But I think, and this is my personal opinion, that Haaland will just be the difference, and Norway will snatch it away from England. So I'm going Norway to win. If I'm to predict a scoreline, I think it's going to be incredibly tight. I don't think it's going to get to extra time. That's why I think it's going to be done in 90 minutes, and I think it's going to be a 2-1 or 3-2 win for Norway. Haaland scoring 2 goals. Yeah, that's my prediction.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. All right. The next match we'll be looking at here is no other but France Morocco. Kylian Dictator. Kylian Dictator.
Kylian Mbappé.
Yarahi. Like, see, I think the footballing community is we're just in love with this guy at the moment. Like, we're in love with him. This has to be love. The whole Dictator memes, every game is scoring, every game he's giving us a movie, really. It's a movie at this
He's a
point.
movie,
It's a
man.
movie at this point because he's the gift that keeps on giving, from the whole, commanding the referee, give this guy the captain badge to the, telling the, should I say, the staff in the stadium to clean this part of the stadium well, to a racial comment which is very horrible against him. And him replying with his official X account that these are the kind of people that should give freedom of speech. Everything just amounts to the fact that he's a leader, right? He's
Yeah,
very
he is a leader,
outspoken.
definitely. Yeah.
He's very, very mature. And he's just one that the French team would love to have around that. He has a great future in this French team, and he's probably going to play 2 to 3 more World Cups. And crazily, he has never lost a World Cup match. Crazy. He hasn't
That's crazy.
lost a match in the World Cup, and this is his 3rd World Cup. The greatest can't even boast of this kind of,
That's quite like thinking of it. I mean, against Argentina, technically FIFA doesn't count losses after.
no.
Um, I mean, penalties is penalties, but that's a wild start because 2020, 2018 he won it, of course.
Mhm.
2022 they went all the way, and gear again in 2026. That's wild, man.
Yeah,
That's
that's
wild.
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Um, man, but what are your thoughts here, man? But man, have you ever seen a game that has four officiators from one country? What is happening here, Mekus? This is not normal.
I mean,
Four
FIFA was
Argentinian,
trying out
four Argentinian
for
officials.
Argentines, yeah. I
This is
mean,
not normal.
it's wild, man. I had to even check the official distance to see if it was cap. I thought it was like a what's the word? It was maybe
Yeah,
AI or something. I'm even trying to scroll again to confirm again because such is the age we live in, whereby your eyes might be deceiving you,
yeah.
but your eyes are telling you what's it. I mean, it's kind of weird. I would have expected that there's a little bit of mix up in terms of the officiating nationality. I usually think that it is done like that so that there's no bias or nothing. But just in case at the end of the day it's a mix up. I'm just trying to confirm. Yeah, I actually can confirm in FIFA's ex official account is listed there as four Argentine refs against France Morocco. Um, but away from that, because I don't think that
Can we really go
this
away
is.
from that? Because
I, I,
it's a big thing, man.
I mean, I think we can go away from that. I think it's strange, number one, but I think it's heavily highlighted because of course, the events that happened against Egypt, Argentina, and of course, the narrative is, oh, Messi is being helped again. The the behind the scenes movement, the strings pulling and everything. But
Uh-huh.
I don't think that this game will be remembered for it. I think the France Morocco game is going to be a classic. For me, I think it's going to be the most interesting tie, and it's crazy how they're giving us this mouth-watering tie tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I mean, by this time tomorrow, we'll be knowing who is going through. But I mean, France are the best team in the World Cup right now. In as much as I might not like to admit it, they just have a plethora of amazing players. Mbappe alone is the difference for me. But if Mbappe doesn't turn up, you have Dembele, you have Olise, you have Bakola Odue. But here's the thing: this Morocco team, all right, they have proven to us that they are able to match any level. And I mean any level in terms of if it's nonsense you want to play, like in case Canada, they will play nonsense. If you want to go ban for ban, they have the ability to go ban for you. And it's going to be an interesting one. The only slight issue I have for them is I think Saibari is a doubt for that game.
Yeah.
Um, that's the new signing from Bayern. He has been amazing for them this World Cup. I mean, he's just a different breed, and I think that is the slight out. But I feel like with him in the game, it's going to anything can happen. This is the one game I've been thinking about, and I mean, my head wants to see Morocco in the semi-finals again. But just looking at this France team, I think that no matter what Morocco brings, they just have enough firepower to nullify Morocco. So I'm going to go with just logic, and I'm going to say that France will eventually find a way. I mean, it will not be easy. It might go to extra time, but France is going to win. Maybe a 4-3 thriller. Hopefully, we see that.
Okay. So I'm giving it to the dictator here as well. But what I'm going to say is that Morocco has shown us that they are the true champions of Africa.
Yeah, definitely.
We agree. Anything that happens, even if it's the court of law they used to win, I still think they've represented us well,
Yeah, they
right?
have, man.
And um, France should not try to.
underestimate them for
underestimate
any
them
reason.
for any reason whatsoever, unless they'll be hit by a force that they will not be able to contain. All right.
Yeah.
So moving on to the last but not the least, we have Argentina versus Switzerland. Once more, the script writers are at it.
That's it again.
The script writers are at it. Mouth cannot say, eyes cannot see what we saw against Egypt. It is
I
not
mean,
Egypt. It was an interesting one. If you haven't
yeah,
seen it, go and watch the highlights. It's not something that we can explain, but
it was a movie.
a lot happened really, but a lot happened. But
Yeah.
who are you going with? But it's not Switzerland.
I mean, I think it's an easy one. I think this is Argentina. I mean, I said this with the mind that we've watched Argentina against Cape Verde, and
Mm-hmm.
we watch how lapse in concentration um cost this team. We watch against Egypt again. I mean, Egypt and Cape Verde, it was almost like a carbon copy. The difference was that Egypt couldn't take it to extra time, and so I think that Switzerland has enough to upset them. But at the end of the day, this is the quarterfinals. And just like I talked about Haaland being the factor, Messi in this team is just a I don't know what is on this World Cup. I mean, it's my goat. But I haven't seen this kind of carry job in a while. He has 8 goals. It's almost like he's not at this point now. The ball, I can actually believe that conspiracy. Like the ball just gets to him, and the ball is just once it gets to Messi, he's just finding the way in the net, and it's crazy. So I think that the Messi factor is huge. I mean, they have a wonderful squad, and I think that Argentina will make light of Switzerland. So Switzerland can get their jet running. I mean, they should start running their jet because they're going on shortly.
So I think the thing for Messi is that Messi is the kind of player that feeds off. He feeds off the energy of his teammates,
Yeah,
right? So if you look at the years where Messi didn't really gain as much success, that's the 2018, the 2014 World Cup. He was, I will put it as he was, for the Argentine squad, he was kind of in a transition phase.
yeah,
In a transition phase, he was the leader of the team, but you still had some like top players who, not top players. I mean, they're nobody's
big
that,
names,
yeah.
quote
But you
unquote.
had some players that have been in the team for as long as he has been. You had the likes of Higuain, you had the likes of Di Maria, you had
Yeah,
the likes of Otamendi. Then you have some other big names. So he wasn't able to. Should I say he wasn't? In my own opinion, I think Messi is not a natural leader. First things first, he's not the most vocal leader.
he's not the
So
outspoken
yeah,
leader.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not the yeah. So his form of leadership is more like he leads with his aura. That's what I said.
yeah,
He leads with his aura. So he has this kind of this current Argentine squad is a squad that it's more like
Messi
they
fanboys.
yes, they are his fanboys. They are idolizing.
Yeah,
So when they are 2 goals down, in their head they're like, "Are we going to let Messi down?" So, and the thing about the team once more is that they, I don't really know how to explain it, but if you watch them play that yesterday, they were like the force at which they came at Egypt. You know that these guys were going to score.
yeah.
The
It
force was
it
just
was a
so much.
certainty of
It
how
was like
many know and when.
like they were playing together. Like they were all different. Like see, there were 10 players, right, on the pitch plus Messi, but
Yeah,
9 players were defending, 9 players were attacking.
we attack here.
But everything was still revolving around giving the ball to Messi and Messi being able to create some sort of magic as well.
Yeah.
So it's just so crazy. It's crazy, and they will definitely go far. And in my opinion, the Argentine squad has not been faced with a real challenge yet.
True. Yeah.
I don't think they will be able to keep this up if they face Spain or France,
Yeah.
or even Morocco, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even
Yeah.
Morocco.
That's
Yeah,
valid. Yeah.
so let's see. From the bracket they are in right now, if they eventually win Switzerland, they are facing England.
Yeah.
England can just be so indisciplined and let it
And
slip by.
Jabba. Yeah.
But yeah. So really, they might get to the finals again, and like the pundits have been saying, we might see another Argentina France final because that's what it looks like. But you know, the Argentine squad is just crazy, and Messi on his own end too, he has been phenomenal. He has been a phenomenal player as well. Because even if we are saying these players are dying for him and all, the moment he
Yeah.
gets the ball, he's still able to pull up those moments of magic as well, like bringing out something from nothing. So it's good to see. It's good to see. Really, it's good to see. Um, Mekus, when the World Cup started, we made bold predictions as to who's gonna win. I predicted Portugal. You predicted Spain. I think it's safe to say that my predictions have been thrown away. Mekus, are
Your
you still
prediction
rooting
is
for?
on your way. It's on the way.
Are you still
We
rooting for
wish them
Spain
Johnny
to go all the
Messi.
way?
Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for Spain to go all the way. I mean, from I say Spain will win Belgium. If I was just to complete the bracket, obviously we will have France beating Morocco. Then it's going to be a France-Spain affair. And I think,
Okay.
I mean, Spain definitely gets to the final. Looking at the other bracket, I talked about Argentina and Norway. So going through. So of course, I think Argentina will win Norway, and we have a Norway. So we have an Argentina Spain final. A Yamal, the goats versus the upcoming
So
goats.
you're predicting Spain to beat France.
No, yes, I'm predicting Spain to beat France in the
Hmm.
hypothetical semi-finals,
I
and
don't think that's gonna happen though. But
yeah, I mean, is a hard ask for. Then I now also predict Spain to beat Argentina. I mean, Adidas is going to go wild with the marketing if that happens in terms of the final. So yeah, so I still stick with Spain, and yeah, those are my further bracket draws to the final. How
it
about
will be
you?
great.
Okay.
I'm going with France to win all the way.
Okay.
Uh, we either have France Argentina World Cup final once again, or a France
England.
England, yeah, final.
Yeah. Which there's a funny question, but who do you see? So in your own bracket, who will be third place? Who will get third place?
Oh, third place. We might just end up having Norway in third
No,
place. But
Norway can't
no.
be third place. It
Norway
will be
can be third place.
between Argentina or, in this case, Argentina or Spain from your bracket.
Imagine we have an Argentina Spain third place match.
That would just be crazy.
To count for something too.
Yeah.
Uh, I've never really thought of this third place, man. But
Well, you can look at it like Spain, Argentina, who wins if they meet.
third place.
Whether
I
third
think
place or this thing.
Argentina is going to beat Spain.
Mm,
Argentina is going to beat Spain.
yeah.
All right. We are way past our time
Yeah.
on this pod, but thank you very much, Migos, for hosting this with me. Thank you very much, listeners, for taking out time from your busy schedule to listen to the podcast. Leave a review, leave a like, leave a comment, share the pod, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.